Thank you for tuning into our video on how to submit your tax information to Mansour Partners. This year, as in years past, we're going to be sending out our checklist, but what this video is for is to help you work with that checklist and how to assemble and submit that information to us. A big cause for delays for tax returns is when clients get us their information and it's incomplete, or they send it to us in piecemeal fashion, and this video is aimed at preventing that. So one of the big concerns that we're aiming for is all documents at the same time. Let me go through some tips to help you make sure that we do hit that goal. First, be careful of coming too early. If you come too early and you miss something that comes after your returns have been prepared, obviously that's a bad place to be. So let me give you some key dates to be aware of. Most people know that their W-2s have to be sent by January 31st. Now, sent is an important term here. That means if it's mailed to you on January 31st, it might not get to you by beginning or even middle of February. So make sure that you get all the documents that are going to be coming to you on January 31st. But let me give you some other dates. February 15th is the date that brokerage documents have to be sent out. March 15th is the date that information for shareholders and S corporations have to be sent out. And April 15th is the date that partners and partnerships get their information. A lot of investments in oil and gas companies are typically set up as partnerships. Second thing I want to tell you about is beware of the internet. Well, let me tell you. A lot of companies are shifting towards online delivery of these documents. They're not mailing them to you anymore. So you're going to get an email that says, go print, download your tax document. If you miss that email, if it goes to spam, if you forget your password, this whole process will fall apart. So you need to be very vigilant and diligent to make sure that you get your online documents. Third thing that I want to tell you about is the items in red on our checklist. They're in red for a reason. They're often overlooked, clients miss them, but they're very important. So if there's an item in red on the checklist and it applies to you, please make sure you bring it. If you don't bring it, I will take a picture of you, I will post it online, I will publicly humiliate you. Well, that's a joke. That's actually illegal. I can't do that, but just be aware that I'm thinking it. Fourth thing I want to tell you about, you have to be careful also to not only include your information, but your children, your dependents' information. With the advent of Obamacare, the concept of household income is coming more into play, so we need to see that as well. So when pulling your information together, don't forget the children and the dependents' information. Hopefully all of this together will help you build a complete set of information right down to that last detail of your direct deposit information and give it to us in one set of information. The next thing is what I call documents versus documentation. When you see on our checklist something like W-2 and it's underlined, that means that that's a form that we need for you to give us. On the other hand, if you see something like medical expenses, it's not underlined, but it's something we need from you. What you do in that situation is we don't need you to give us the bills, the receipts, etc. Rather, we just need a summary. Okay? If you want to give us a bill or a receipt to see if it qualifies, by all means, ask us. But don't worry about having to pull all of those each individual receipts. Just give us a summary. Last thing I want to talk to you about, hopefully we're all adults here watching this video, is the F word. You hear it out on the street. You hear it in my tax office. It's a dirty word, but we got to talk about it. What's that word? It's foreign. Foreign activities, foreign assets, foreign income is a very serious issue these days. Whether you like it or not, the law says that if you're filing a U.S. tax return, you have to report your worldwide income. And the U.S. government doesn't take kindly to people who try to hide income and assets overseas. The penalties for that could be up to the greater of $100,000 or half the value in the account. If that's not bad enough, you can go to jail too. So please, take the foreign section of our checklist very seriously. Make sure you report everything that you need to report so you save yourself a lot of trouble down the road. Thank you for your business with us, and we look forward to servicing your tax needs for many years to come.